Today's video will be sponsored by Love and Pies, so stay tuned to hear more about that. I have to ask, is this behavior a new recession indicator? Today, we are going to talk about the latest in a long line of hobby drama scams. STICKERGATE. I love making things at home, especially now that I have my own color printer and my own Cricut machine. Yeah, I make my own stickers. In fact, I just did a huge fundraiser where I sold thousands of woke American Girl doll themed stickers and donated all of the profits, which totaled $11,000 to 5 different charities. So if you didn't know, I like stickers. I'm a queer artist making stickers at home, and I care about making art to further progressive causes. On the surface, I sound a lot like the subject of STICKERGATE, a creator named RachelDoodles and more, who runs a sticker shop online called Doodles and Sketches. She's a millennial who loves sharing art that promotes messages about inclusivity and sticking it to the man, literally, because they're stickers. So when I found Rachel's account on Threads, I thought I found someone I could really relate to. I ended up following Rachel at the end of September after reading a post of hers that really resonated with me, and by resonated, I mean that it really terrified me. She said, "Apparently my stickers are single-handedly destroying America. If our country is truly that fragile, we're doomed. Just got a contact form hoping ICE comes for me and shuts my shop down. Imagine being that fragile over rainbows and text on vinyl. Bless their heart, I'll keep printing, cutting, and shipping. P.S. What's ICE going to do? I'm an American citizen, haha." We're gonna get to that. So here is the email that she's claiming to have received. "I went on your so-called business page and I am beyond disgusted at what I saw. Those stickers are pure filth. Marriage equality for all? No, marriage is between a man and a woman. When you can be anything, don't be a fascist. You are the fascist. And the 'Hey Donald, fuck you and your crew' is absolutely disgraceful. You are the reason America is falling apart. I'm a mother, a Christian woman, and a proud American, and I will not sit back while you poison this country with your trash. I am telling every one of my friends, family, and church ladies to boycott you. We will do whatever it takes to get your shop shut down. If you hate America so much, then maybe you should pack up and leave. I hope ICE comes after you and deports you and your family and takes all your sticker equipment and stickers as collateral that you are a terrorist blaspheming our God and President Trump." When I saw that screenshot that Rachel posted, I believed her. She posted this on September 30th. That was 20 days after the death of Charlie Kirk, which was a time when far right-wing government members and media personalities were calling for witch hunts against anyone who didn't seem to mourn him enough, going as far to dox people, put them on lists, and try to get them fired. This was 21 days, exactly 3 weeks, after Pete Hegseth, the president's favorite DUI hire, announced Operation Midway Blitz, an invasion into my city of Chicago, where ICE agents began grabbing people at random, arresting mothers who were dropping their children off at daycare. They then went on to terrorize our city nonstop for months, to the point where people had to patrol school drop-offs in case ICE wanted to raid another elementary school and kidnap more children. ICE tear-gassed a children's Halloween parade. They went downtown and kidnapped a family out of Millennium Park. They used unlawful physical force against protesters exercising their legally guaranteed First Amendment rights. They arrested a Chicago alderwoman who was exercising her Fourth Amendment right by asking them for a warrant. They created havoc in my entire city, for my community, for my neighbors, for all of us. Rachel posted this on September 30th, which in Chicago was the day that ICE propelled down from a helicopter and raided an entire apartment complex, destroying people's possessions, dragging people out of bed in the middle of the night, including children, zip-tying people's hands together and throwing them into U-Haul trucks. And you know who they did this to? U.S. citizens. September 30th, the day that Rachel posted this, was just days into me launching my own sticker fundraiser. During the last week of September and the entirety of October, I donated all of the profits from my woke American Girl dolls to the Illinois ACLU, to Planned Parenthood, to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, to Trans Lifeline, and to World Central Kitchen. It was $11,000 total, meaning $2,200 to each of those charities. The stickers all have messages that are political in nature, and I was making and selling these stickers in Chicago, where ICE was actively terrorizing everyone, including U.S. citizens, where the political climate was such that people who spoke out against the right-wing agenda were facing consequences. I saw this sticker shop receiving an email from someone saying they hoped ICE would come after her. I hope with that context you can understand the fear that this put into me, especially considering that I'm now somewhat of a public figure. I don't consider myself to be famous, but having 120,000 followers on YouTube does mean that I do get recognized in public sometimes. And after reading this email that this Rachel had supposedly gotten, I was scared that the wrong person was going to stumble onto my stickers. That this person would deem my American Girl doll fan art to be too political and then send ICE after me, which on September 30th in Chicago was an extremely believable fear. I followed Rachel and I supported her journey because I thought she shared that fear that I had. I thought we were part of the same larger community. So imagine my anger when I learned that Rachel had made it all up.
My booty hole brown.
Mr. Hyde rearing his ugly bisexual head.
Oh my god. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
That was a short phase.
Before we continue with our video today, first, we have a quick word from today's sponsor, Love and Pies. Love and Pies is a super cute mobile game that I have been enjoying a lot lately. I'm actually really picky when it comes to mobile games, but I'm so pleased to announce that Love and Pies lives up to the hype when it comes to how cute and cozy it is. In Love and Pies, you play as Amelia, a single mom whose mother used to own a bakery, but that bakery was recently destroyed in a fire. After you and your daughter move back to your hometown, it's up to you to restore the bakery and fulfill customers' orders, and along the way you gain bits of the story to help you solve the mystery of how exactly the big bakery fire happened in the first place. The main gameplay comes from matching ingredients to combine them into a variety of baked goods, food orders, coffee and drink orders, and more, which earn you profits and tips from customers, which you can then use to refurbish the bakery, adding new fixtures and furniture along the way. Love and Pies is a cute and relaxing game with simple enough mechanics to make it a great way to wind down before bed or to enjoy with morning coffee while you're waking up, but it also has enough plot elements happening in its story to keep you hooked on solving the mystery. Plus, the game has lots of great side characters like your expert carpenter Uncle Sven and your ex-boyfriend Joe, who just might be interested in rekindling your romance. I've been having so much fun playing this game before bed while I'm snuggling on the couch with my dogs, and also playing it when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning before I start my work for the day. If you're interested in trying Love and Pies for yourself, head to the link in my description below. Love and Pies is free to download onto your mobile device, and it's a great time to give the game a try because they're about to launch their special holiday sticker album event. The sticker album is a limited time event where you can make themed sticker albums and earn more in-game rewards. This year's themed sticker event, called Winter Tales, will run from December 15th to January 23rd. To unlock the sticker album, you'll need to reach level 16 of the game first, which is why it's a great time to give it a try before the event starts next week. I hope you guys enjoy playing Love and Pies as much as I have been. Thank you again to Love and Pies for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget to check out that link in my description below if you're interested in giving the game a try as well. Now, let's head back into our video. Hey everyone, I'm Savvy. Welcome back to my channel, Savvy Writes Books. On this channel, we do book reviews, media analysis, video essays, discussions of things going on in the book publishing, art, and small business world. So if those kind of topics interest you, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to ring the notification bell. After this video, I will have one more video coming out in 2025, and then I will see you again in 2026. But before we get into the details of what happened, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for all of your support on this channel. Patreon supporters' names are listed on the screen, and if you go take a look in the description below, you can see my $5 a month and up Patreon supporters who have the option to link their own stuff in my description below, and that includes amazing things: people opening their own Etsy shops to sell their own art, people publishing their own books and promoting their books in my description below, people who are starting their own publishing companies, people who are starting petitions for causes that they care about. Please go ahead and take a look at those links in the description below, and thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping support this channel and helping me put out as many videos as I do. As we head into the timeline of how the events unfolded with STICKERGATE, I want to give a shout out to friend of the channel, book lover Laura, who gathered a ton of screenshots weeks ago. She also made her own video on this topic, which I have linked in the description below. Please give her some support as well. So the first email that I personally saw from RachelDoodles and more was on September 30th. That's around the time that I first followed Rachel, and then as time went on, she started posting more and more things like this. More and more right-wing bullies who were super offended by her stickers and wanted to email her about it. The email that I started this video off with, the one I saw on September 30th, that's not even part of the official STICKERGATE saga. The STICKERGATE saga itself actually began at the end of October. I don't think many people even know that Rachel was even doing this shit back in September as well, which shows a pattern of behavior that she regularly does this every couple months to boost sales. We're gonna get into that. In late October, Rachel posted an email that she got from an account called StopTheWoke at freedommail.com. Here is what she said. So Rachel says, I was watching Young Sheldon tonight and there was a scene where somebody said she was going to tell her prayer group at church not to visit an establishment, and I about died laughing, and then includes a screenshot of this email. Our church small group has decided together that our goal is to pray your business into the ground. We've been meeting every week anyway, but now we lift up your filthy shop by name every time. We ask God to shut the mouths of the wicked, to end the sales of your gay pride junk, your queer hearts, your demon hunter idols, your Trump hate, all of it. We pray protection for kids so that they never see your disgusting stickers that promote sin and rebellion. And already God is working. One of the ladies texted us that you admitted you didn't hit your sales goal for the first time in almost 2 months. We rejoiced because that's proof the Lord is answering us. We will not stop till your whole store is shut down and every wicked design is gone. You can pretend you're strong with your woke trash, but you are no match for prayer warriors united in Christ. Rachel's followers on Threads immediately took her side. How could they not? This email sounded absolutely ridiculous, but it sounded ridiculous in a way that reminded a lot of people of their weird MAGA family members whose loyalty to the American conservative movement surpassed their attachment to reality. There were some weird parts in it. There were a few red flags, like where the person in the email says, one of the ladies texted us that you admitted you didn't hit your sales goal for the first time in almost 2 months. Like, how do all of these far right-wing weirdos know Rachel so well, and how are all of them following her sales quotas? How do they know this? My own family doesn't know when I meet my monthly or quarterly sales goals, because that's just not something I even think to report on, even to people that I regularly talk to. But still, it wasn't outside the realm of possibility. Maybe Rachel had some far right-wing people in her family who were bitterly watching her from a distance, reporting on her successes and failures for their church groups as they hoped for her downfall. And these emails did sound like they came from gossipy old church ladies with too much time on their hands, so I get it. So Rachel's audience came to her defense, and they came through as customers as well. Followers rightfully thought this email sounded ridiculous, and they went to support Rachel's shop, where they could then buy the stickers that matched their own beliefs while also supporting a creator they cared about. Rachel then posted this thread in response. I fell asleep after losing hundreds if not thousands in potential MAGA mom money and woke up to this. Turns out I don't need a single dime from people offended by empathy. Thank you to everyone who actually gets it. You are the reason I can keep doing what I love. Now off to cry some happy tears. The screenshot shows back-end analytics from Rachel's shop showing a new $1,000 in sales, up 401% from the last sales period. After seeing how much additional traffic this got her shop, Rachel continued posting about it. She said, lost a MAGA mom potential customer worth hundreds, if not thousands. Gained a community worth everything. $2,266 in the last 24 hours, 50 plus orders, blankets sold out, and my faith in humanity fully restored. Turns out compassion and chaos sell better than hate ever will. Then she said, I am so tired of MAGA telling me I can't do this without them. They're not the backbone of small business. They are not the people threatening it because someone had the nerve to say, hey, maybe everyone deserves rights. I'm not scared of losing their money. On November 1st, Rachel posted on Threads thanking her audience for their support and announcing how much their support had helped her business. She said, holy shit, 81 orders already and it's November 1st. After a week of med changes and PMS of doom, I genuinely didn't expect to feel this kind of hope today. But you've shown up for me again, for my art, my story, and this tiny business that keeps me going. I'm so damn grateful. And then she included a screenshot that showed 81 orders on Shopify. Rachel emphasized that these people showed up for her art, her story. Keep those things in mind. Rachel was referring to her stickers as her art. And considering that her shop is called Doodles and Sketches and her username is RachelDoodles and more, people were under the impression that they were buying her original art. We're gonna get to that. Rachel also emphasized how much it means that people showed up for her story, meaning that she knew her audience was supporting her at least in part because they felt an emotional connection to the email she received and wanted to support her as a person, her and the causes that she represents. Rachel then posted an email she received from a woman named Michelle. And here, the Michelle saga of STICKERGATE begins. So Michelle's email in this is no money for woke business owners at AOL.com. The idea is that these are supposedly people's burner emails. So Rachel says, how petty do I get? A woman named Michelle emailed to say she almost bought from my woke little sticker shop. I replied politely, thanked her for the exposure, and mentioned her rant went viral, earning me $6K in a day. She wrote back furious, called me arrogant, said my sales were fake, and God bless you clearly need it. So do I leave it, reply, or sign her up for every Democratic email list? And then she included a screenshot of the following email, which read, I just want to let you know how disappointed I am. A friend of mine shared a picture of your K-pop demon hunter blanket, and I thought it was adorable. I was this close to placing a huge order, not just for me, but for my kids, my nieces and nephews, even the other moms in our group chat. I was already planning to share your website with my entire Facebook group of over 200 moms who love supporting small businesses. You could have made hundreds of dollars from me alone, and thousands once all my friends started buying too. But then I made the mistake of finding your ridiculously democratic stickers as well as your woke little social media account. I was horrified by what I found, post after post pushing your woke political agenda, mocking good Christian conservatives, and even quote-unquote celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. How disgusting. I cannot in good conscience give my money to someone who supports such hateful, divisive nonsense. You could have been successful if you'd just kept your politics to yourself, but instead you had to go and alienate half the country. Such a shame. I'll be spending my money with a company that actually respects our values and loves America. Have fun with your little activist sticker shop. You just lost out on hundreds of dollars because you couldn't stop being political about everything. God bless. Rachel replied to this email and provided the following screenshot. Hi, Anonymous. Thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts about my woke little sticker shop. I truly appreciate the passion behind your message. You'll be happy to know your email made quite an impact. It went viral, sparked thousands of laughs, and ended up giving my small business the best sales day I've ever had. Over $6,000 in orders in one day, all thanks to your heartfelt warning that I'd lose hundreds. So while I understand that you'll be shopping elsewhere, I genuinely thank you for the exposure and entertainment. You've reminded me that standing by my values is worth far more than any sale. Wishing you all the best in finding a company that perfectly matches your worldview and maybe one that sells mirrors too. Warm regards, Rachel. Rachel also attached some documents like PDFs to the email showing her sales numbers to prove to this crazy MAGA mom how much her woke little sticker shop was now making. Soon after, Rachel announced that she'd received a reply from this woman named Michelle. Rachel says, oh my god, she replied, and of fucking course she uses Comic Sans. And then she attached the following email. Rachel, wow, you really think you're clever, don't you? Typical liberal behavior by twisting things around and acting smug. You can mock me all you want, but everyone knows your viral success is fake. There's no way your little sticker shop made $6,000 overnight. You probably made that number up for attention and validation from your woke echo chamber. I mean, you think being rude and condescending makes you strong, but it just shows your true colors. You are arrogant, hateful, and intolerant. You can pretend you're better than people like me, but at least I don't need to tear others down to feel good about myself. And by the way, that mirror comment, real mature. You've just proven exactly why people like me don't support small businesses like yours anymore. Enjoy your made-up sales and your online fan club of miserable liberals. God bless you. Clearly need it, Michelle. Honestly, there are definite red flags in this email, but on the whole, it does still sound sort of believable. It doesn't sound that different from some of the weirder DMs that I've gotten from right-wingers who used to watch me because they liked my girl boss takedowns or whatever, and then they couldn't handle it when I wanted to post about feminism and LGBTQ rights as well. I've seen people talk like this, so yeah, honestly, there are parts of this email that are pretty believable. Rachel then started a new discussion tag on Threads called Thanks Michelle, which she used to post about her interactions with this woman who was now bullying her sticker shop into stardom. For example, she posted, poorly trying to reorganize my workspace because I have to order like 40 blankets for the pre-order. Thanks, Michelle. So, which sticker do you think caused me to lose hundreds, maybe thousands from Michelle and the Patriotic Shopping Network? Was it fuck Donald and crew? Didn't survive a pandemic for this shit? DJT is a PDF file? Domestic terrorist red hat? Or maybe fuck me like the government does? Like, I have questions. Soon, Rachel started showing screenshots of more and more emails that she received from Michelle, who seemed to be doing nothing but harassing her. At this point, it was only November 2nd, 2 days after Rachel had gotten her first email from Michelle, and only 1 day since she'd replied. Michelle seemed to be active, and Rachel was posting about this multiple times a day. Rachel says, I can see it now. I'm reporting her because I harassed her, and now I'm facing the consequences of my actions. Also, I haven't freaking emailed her since yesterday, so I guess she's just throwing this massive ass tantrum now because she thought I'd feel sad privately rather than sharing her message with my followers and getting orders as a result of this. So yeah. So the new email from Michelle says, you need to stop emailing me right now or I'm reporting you to every Facebook Business Beware group I have access to for harassment. Consider this my last warning. Again, that same day, Rachel posted yet again about Michelle, saying, 48 hours ago, a MAGA mom told me I'd lose out on tons of sales for being too political. Since then, gained almost 2,000 new followers, $10,383 in sales, 200 plus orders, 47 blanket pre-orders. She thought she'd cancel me. Instead, she launched me. Thanks, Michelle. Another small business called Daybreak Digitals US commented saying, how do I get Michelle to write me an email to kickstart my business? And Rachel replied, put political stickers on your website, super woke social media. In 48 hours, Rachel had brought in $10,000 of new revenue through a sticker shop. That's a lot. And on this post, we see another small business owner asking for advice. It was clear that other small business owners were hoping they could find some level of Rachel's success, especially since her shop was doing so well while others' merch shops and sticker shops were getting buried in the algorithm. During the next day, Rachel posted multiple more times about Michelle. I'm not going to read them all because it's a lot, but I will show these posts on screen. She was riding the high of her internet feud with Michelle, a feud that her followers loved to watch. Everyone was rooting for Rachel, the cool small business owner, the righteous artist, to take down the nasty homophobic bully who seemed to be spending all of her time harassing this innocent small business owner for no reason. Sales kept rolling in and Rachel kept posting more and more about Michelle. The next day, Rachel posted a screenshot showing that Michelle had sent her a bunch of unprompted emails in a row without Rachel having responded to any of them, furthering the narrative that Michelle was harassing her. Then she started posting screenshots discussing each email one by one. Email number 1. You think this is funny? Sent at 1:58 a.m. on November 4th. Rachel, I hope you're proud of yourself. I saw what you posted, the screenshots, the comments, the people laughing at me. You've turned me into some kind of joke. And for what? Because I told you the truth? Because I stood up for what I believe in? I wrote you a private contact form. Private! And you blasted it all over the internet so your little fan club could dogpile me. And now you're getting orders and attention like it's something to celebrate. You're literally profiting off of bullying and hate, and somehow I'm the bad guy? It's disgusting, Rachel. You call yourself a business owner, but all you've done is mock hardworking, God-fearing Americans who actually care about this country. You wouldn't even be relevant if it weren't for me saying something. I guess you should be thanking me because clearly I made you famous. But don't worry, because karma catches up to people who build success on lies and cruelty.
Foreshadowing is a literary device and
You can laugh now, but deep down, you know you crossed a line. Rachel says, email number 2, pay me, sent at 3:03 a.m. on November 4th. And it says, Rachel, I cannot believe what you've done. I reached out to you in good faith to warn you about how your business was reflecting on decent Americans and you turned it into some viral freak show. Do you have any idea how many people have sent me your posts? How many strangers are messaging me because you decided to make a spectacle out of my words? You've made thousands of dollars off my name, off my message, off the controversy that I started. And now everyone's acting like you're some kind of hero while I'm being harassed for trying to stand up for morals and common sense. That she keeps, going on and on and on about this bullshit. Email number 3, I'll do it better, sent at 4:11 a.m. on November 4th. Okay, you know what? I've had it. I'm done being the punchline while you sit back and cash checks off my name. If you won't credit me, if you won't pay me, then I'll just beat you at your own game. I'm launching a site, a real one. Gorgeous hoodies, enamel mugs, prayer circle scarves, the whole patriotic shebang, made for real moms who actually love this country, not performative internet clout chasers. I have people, I have groups, I have reach. You think your little liberal cheer squad can compete with thousands of MAGA moms who will buy anything that says "We the People" in cursive? Please. That's kind of funny. That's pretty self-aware. You made bank off my words. Fine, I'll make way more. I'll sell it on Sunday church bulletins, on porch groups, at bake sales, at school fundraisers. I'll have more organic reach than your algorithm ever dreamed of. You'll see my site, my brand, my face on stickers and blankets, and yes, I'll have a line called "Doing God's Work, One Sticker at a Time." She just keeps going on and on about this. And then Rachel replies to her own screenshot saying, me reading this, good, go find a new hobby that isn't me. And Rachel's response of "find a new hobby that isn't me" sent a clear message to her fans. She was accusing Michelle of harassing her. She wanted Michelle to stop emailing her. Michelle's emails may have been providing entertainment for Rachel's followers, and they may have been resulting in more sales, but Rachel was telling her audience that it wasn't worth it. Michelle's harassment had gone too far. Email number 4, you'll see, sent at 10:06 a.m. on November 4th. Rachel, I don't even know what's happening anymore. You think this is funny? You think all those people buying your little stickers means you won? Newsflash, you just woke up a beast. I've already got a domain name, a logo, and women asking me where to pre-order. You don't own cute designs, sweetheart. That's also gonna be very true. Okay. Just wait, MAGA moms are going to blow your hippie nonsense out of the water. My neighbor's cousin runs a print shop. My pastor's wife has followers. It's over for you. Don't act like I didn't warn you. I'll be bigger, louder, realer. You'll see. Email number 5. You think I don't see? Sent at 12:36 p.m. on November 4th. Rachel, you think silence makes you innocent? Everyone knows. Everyone. This is bigger than stickers now. Way bigger. Just wait. This is getting ridiculous. At this point, Michelle's emails had gone from annoying to straight up threatening. People were rightfully worried about Rachel's safety. And me, seeing this in passing on threads now that I followed Rachel, I was just kind of assuming that this was the same person whose email I'd seen on September 30th, the one that threatened to report her to ICE. I wasn't spending my time reading each post, and I was thinking like, wow, yeah, this is scary. I really hope this doesn't happen to me. I was also starting to admire Rachel for how strong she was staying through all of this. If only I had taken the time to look at her posts in detail, I probably would have noticed that the email at the end of September was from a different fake email address than these were, and that Michelle was an end of October and start of November invention for after the attention from the September email had started to run out. But finally we get to Michelle's 6th email. Email number 6, I can't even go online anymore, sent at 2:26 p.m. on November 4th. Rachel, I hope you're happy. My email is flooded, my phone won't stop buzzing, and I just got subscribed to some Democrats for Equality newsletter and a gay sweater box thing? I can't even open AOL without another stranger calling me a monster. You did this. You turned me into some meme for your followers to laugh at while I'm sitting here drowning in hate mail. I tried to help you, and now my reputation is trash. You've ruined everything. To which Rachel replied, her most iconic line from all of this, you did this to yourself, lady.
Foreshadowing is a literary device and...
So Rachel says, and how the RachelDoodles ruined Michelle's Christmas, email number 7. Sent at 4:16 p.m. on November 4th. It's just one sentence, all caps. You ruined Christmas. I can't even get those stupid blankets because of you. Everyone's talking about them and I can't even look at your page without wanting to scream. This is where the email stopped sounding like believable harassment and started sounding like a straight up marketing ploy, at least to me. The fact that Michelle was now going on and on about how everyone's talking about Rachel's blankets. The fact that Michelle can't even look at her page anymore. It's just screaming, hey, you, the viewer, come look at Rachel's page. Come see what Michelle can't stand to look at. Everyone's talking about the blankets, so obviously you need to check them out and see what all the fuss is about. This was getting a bit too on the nose, especially if Michelle was this unhinged and living in this deep of a MAGA bubble. Who were these people she knew that were supposedly all talking about Rachel's blankets? Rachel's blankets weren't even known outside of the Threads art community, let alone in random conservative grandma's small town church groups. Regardless, Rachel kept pummeling forward and announcing more and more success. That same day, Rachel announced that she and her husband had gone to buy a new printer to keep up with all the sticker orders, and that she was pleasantly surprised to now have 41,000 followers on Threads. She also claimed to be grateful that Michelle hadn't messaged her in 6 hours. I guess that's a new record. Then she posted again, excitedly announcing that she'd made more money from sticker sales that day alone than she had in all of October. All thanks to Michelle. Then came email number 8. Well, guys, guess who graced my inbox asking for help? Email number 8. I need to know how you do it. Don't get cocky. Sent at 3:03 p.m. on November 5th. Rachel, I've been thinking about you way too much lately, which, by the way, is your fault. But thankfully, this business I'm creating is helping me get over my anger at you. Every time I open AOL and Threads, there you are, smiling, selling, swimming in sales like some kind of liberal Scrooge. It's infuriating. And yet, I can't stop watching. You obviously don't deserve it, but somehow you've cracked the code. So I need to know, how did you build your site? Did you use Shopify, Wix, hire somebody? Because I'm starting my own thing now. It'll be classy, patriotic, maybe rhinestones, definitely flags. Don't think this means I like you. I still think you're smug and manipulative and entirely too comfortable with your own opinions. You have shitty morals. But I've been Googling how to start an online store for 2 hours, and I don't get it, so clearly something's gone wrong or the internet is trying to withhold business information from me. So, out of professional courtesy or kindness, since it seems you can be nice when you want to be, since you owe me your career, can you tell me, 1, where you print your merch, 2, how you get that glowy background in your photos, 3, and whether you need an LLC or if I can just tell people God said it's fine? Don't get all proud about helping me. Just send the info so I can prove I can do it better. You owe me, so you better do it. Michelle, founder in progress. P.S. I'm thinking my tagline will be faith, family, freedom, and free shipping over $75. Thoughts? PPS. Blue hair is so tacky. You need to dye it a normal color. PPPS. If you're lying, then you owe me money for wasting my precious time. I was supposed to take my niece out for dinner last night, but you have me obsessed with building a better business. PPPPS. Can you tell your friends to stop emailing me and signing me up for gay porn websites? I am a Christian woman and I'm about to delete this email because I accidentally clicked on one and I had to call the teen boy next door to come help me fix my computer again. I'll be real, this email's actually kind of funny. Like, it has some fiction writing potential, alright? We can see the fiction writing potential. Rachel's got some comedic potential. Some of these lines like, and whether you need an LLC or if I could just tell people God said it's fine. Also, faith, family, freedom, and free shipping over $75. Something about the cadence of that scratches my ears real good. There's some decent use of language in here. There's some decent use of irony. I'll give it to her. Parts of the email are entertaining. But there were also a lot of lines that were just straight up not believable. Things like, PPPS, I was supposed to take my niece out for dinner last night, but you have me obsessed with building a better business. Below the screenshot of this email on her Threads page, Rachel said, Dear Michelle, Google is free, YouTube is free, not helping you out, STFU, Rachel. Guys, the email no longer works. I went to tell her to stop contacting me and I got it bounced back. She's gone. So Michelle was finally gone. Rachel's sticker shop was doing great and there was no longer a crazy lady harassing her 7 times a day. All was going well, right? Well, meet Grumpy Greetings Co. Grumpy Greetings is another sticker shop owner whose name is Leanna, who had contacted Rachel in the past because they'd planned to do some kind of collaboration. While in the DMs, Leanna asked Rachel for her phone number so that they could stay in contact outside of social media, and Rachel gave Leanna her number. Leanna then watched all of these emails unfold, and she started to think that something felt a bit off with the Michelle story, so she looked further into that email address. So Grumpy Greetings Co. says, Hello Threads, I'm here to explain things to you like you're 5. I'm going to try and be as clear as possible, okay? Today, I did something anyone could easily do. I went to AOL.com, I copied the email and pasted it into the username box and clicked next. Now, I've had my suspicions for a while, because I have previously caught her posting something sketchy. Clicking next was a risk because, like, OMG, what if the email didn't exist? And like, OMG, what if I was wrong the whole time? And she's just genuine. When I hit next, it brought me to a verification screen, something new I didn't even know existed within the capabilities of America Online. The first digit matched the beginning of Doodlebug's number. I was like, fuck, dude, no way! I scrambled for my phone. Could it be? Was it this easy? Did the last visible numbers match up? Fuck. They did. Those were the last 2 numbers of her number. Fucking what? I proceeded to crash out on my bed while I frantically began texting friends. I crashed out so loudly, Mr. Grumpy came running up the stairs ready to punch a fucking intruder. I tried posting a screen cap, but Threads won't let me post any because I'm being mass reported. I started flailing. My fingers were moving frantically on my keyboard. This was damning. This was fucking infuriating. I was on the brink. Insert a friend who kindly told me to calm down and wait. I had another friend start screaming at me for the last 4 digits of her number. I was like, why? What the fuck? She has a much longer thread going into the details of all of this, which you can find on her page, Grumpy Greetings Co. But the basic idea is Leanna tried to log into Michelle's email address, and when she got the phone number for verification, boom, it was Rachel's phone number, the number she had from DMing with her in the past. Meaning that there was now strong, basically irrefutable evidence that Michelle was Rachel all along. Rachel had created a fake email address and sent all of those emails to herself as a way to get publicity for her sticker shop. Rachel then freaked out and had her assistant, whose name is also Rachel, post to the Doodles and Sketches Facebook page directing her fans to come after Leanna for exposing this. Important, please read. Rachel is going through a lot right now. She has just surpassed her entire month of October sales in just 5 days. She has a lot of orders to go through and will probably be pausing the website for a short time. Additionally, there is some other drama, only semi-Michelle related, on Threads. If you can please report Grumpy Greetings Co. on Threads, she is claiming that Rachel has harassed her to the point that she felt she needed to block her. This is untrue. Rachel only placed an order with her and chatted with her about the Michelle saga. It is now Leanna that is encouraging people to harass Rachel, and Rachel is now in a very poor mental state. Rachel is asking that you please not comment or engage with her comments, but please report anything that is encouraging people to harass or dox Rachel. We just want to bring her some peace, and starting more drama in Leanna's comments will only make it worse. Thank you for everything you do for Rachel and for Doodles. We can't do this without you. Nowhere did Leanna's thread tell people to harass or dox Rachel. It seemed that Rachel was now just afraid of her fans finding out the truth, that this entire Michelle saga, all the emails, all the harassment that made them emotionally connect with her page, it was all a lie. Eventually, later that day, as more fans on Threads began turning on Rachel, she eventually owned up to what she did. I am sorry, I fucked up. The whole Michelle thing got bigger than I ever imagined. What started as a silly response to an actual troll form turned into something that I thought would be a silly marketing opportunity. Then, when the interactions went viral, I saw it as an opportunity to chip away at debt before Christmas. But I also know some people felt misled and lied to. I'm genuinely sorry. I am not a scammer, product was ordered, and this wasn't a ploy to take money and run. If you have concerns about your order, please reply to your order email. I will not be handling order information from threads. The support from so many of you through all this means the world. Thank you for giving grace to a human just trying her best. I hope I can give all of you the opportunity to rebuild that trust moving forward. Okay, so a few questions about this apology. First of all, whether or not Rachel is a scammer really depends on what you mean by scammer. Like, her sticker shop wasn't a scam in the sense that, like, it took people money without giving them the promised product. As far as I've seen, everyone who's ordered stickers from Rachel's sticker shop received the stickers that they ordered. But whether or not Rachel is a scammer, she is a liar. And when it comes to small business communities, building trust with your audience is extremely important. If your audience believes that you're being harassed and they boost your shop to help support you through a tough time, they're going to feel lied to, they're going to feel cheated, and yes, they're going to feel scammed when that turns out to be fake. Also, I'm not a fan of the line, people felt misled and lied to. Yeah, no shit, they felt that way because you misled and lied to them. You're acting like Tim Robinson in a hot dog suit over here. The part that I'm still wondering about is this line. What started as a silly response to an actual troll form turned into something that I thought would be a silly marketing opportunity. So, where was the actual troll form? If Michelle was fake, then the first email from Michelle wasn't the actual troll form. Was it the one I saw at the end of September when someone was threatening to call ICE on her? You know, the one that scared me out of my damn mind? Was that email the actual troll form? I doubt it. I have to imagine that one's fake too, because if I got an email like that, I'd be fucking terrified. Hell, I was terrified just reading about this supposedly happening to someone else's business. So if that email was real, I can't imagine thinking, ooh, I'm going to turn this into a silly marketing opportunity. I'd be fucking panicking because I'm taking the shit that's happening in this country seriously right now, because living in Chicago, I get a fucking front row seat to the atrocities this regime is trying to torture us with, and I, as a white woman who works from home, do not have it nearly as bad as a lot of my neighbors do. So I've got to believe that email was fake too, especially considering, as others have pointed out, Rachel has done this time and time again. If that ICE email wasn't the real troll message, was it the one she got when she was watching Young Sheldon? The one that came from a different email address than Michelle, and also a different email address than the one I saw in September? Was that supposedly the real email? Were any of them real? Well, it turns out that the message I saw on September 30th, more than a month before the Michelle saga started, that wasn't even the first time Rachel had done this. Here's a screenshot on Threads of showing Rachel doing this back on September 7th, more than 3 weeks before the email I saw, which was more than a month before the Michelle saga. Someone said, y'all, go follow, share, and buy from RachelDoodles and more so these chuckleheads shut up, good lord. And then on September 7th, Rachel was like, oh goody, Karen's church group is back, and showed an email from stopthewoke@freedommail.com. Our prayers are working. We see your reach is dropping, your sales dropping, and we know it's the hand of God striking down your Satan-run shop. The Lord rejoices when his prayer warriors unite against evil rainbow stickers, demon doodles, and Lucifer logos full of woke sin. Every follower you lose is proof heaven is listening. We will not stop until your sight is dust and your wickedness erased. God is answering, and you cannot hide from his wrath. You can't find us either. We will keep reminding you of God's wrath as your business fails miserably. Who are all these people who are following this random ass small sticker shop on Threads so close when they don't even interact with this type of content? What? So yeah, that's right. Rachel had been using harassment emails to get attention for her shop and to get people to buy from her for at least 2 months now, and who knows how long before that. At this point, I think we just have to assume all of them are fake until Rachel can prove it otherwise with cold, hard evidence. Now we need to talk about the next piece of the puzzle. At the end of the day, it's valid for Rachel's customers not to trust her anymore, but they still got what they ordered, right? I mean, after all, her shop is called Doodles and Sketches, and she sells stickers, and she posted on Threads during the Michelle saga, you know, thanking her audience for supporting her art. So at the very least, the customers did get stickers with Rachel's original art on them, right? That would be the very least she could do to be not a scammer, right? On Threads, Life and Alex posted, okay, Threads, do your thing. Rachel claims to be the original artist, but her sketches aren't consistent, and it seems that in addition to faking a whole human being for likes and sales, she also seems to steal art. Who are the original creators of these? Okay, after all of this, it couldn't be that Rachel was stealing art too, right? Okay, well, to be clear in this video, I'm not going to outright definitively accuse Rachel of stealing art, although there is some evidence of that we will talk about. Now, to be clear, many shops that make stickers and other merch items use assets from sites like Canva, or they might use some clip art, or they might pay other people to make art for them. They might license images from other artists. I don't automatically have a problem with that. Personally, I do pretty much all my own art for my stickers. I do have a couple Canva assets in this one, the Real American Girl Dolls Support Queer Rights sticker. I used Canva to make the text into a perfect circle, and I used stock images of an American flag and a pride flag and put them in like a pre-made heart frame outline. But the design is mine. You know, the doll in the photo is Charlotte. She's the doll I modified, rewigged, repainted her myself. I took the photo. That's my art. So, but other than that particular sticker, my other ones I think are all fully drawn by me. If I'm remembering every sticker on my site correctly, they should be. I've been spending the past 2 years working really hard on my hand lettering skills, and that's one reason I love to make stickers. I'm really proud of some of the ones I've made lately. But again, I'm not going to say that someone who doesn't do all of their own art is automatically a thief or a scammer. Now, if they stole someone else's art without credit, yes, scammer. If they're selling AI generated images that they're claiming is their own original art, yes, scammer. But if you pay for a membership to a site like Canva or a stock image site, the idea is that the artists got paid for that site to license their images, and now you're paying for access to them to use in your own materials. I'm not going to get too deep into this part of the discussion because I am not a lawyer, so I am not going to try to dissect the nuances of where something counts as fair use or what certain licenses allow for. I'm going to leave that up to the lawyers, and I'll just keep drawing my own sticker designs. But what I mean by all of that is, if a shop is selling stickers that the owner didn't draw by themselves, that doesn't automatically make something a scam. But when your username is RachelDoodles, and your shop is called Doodles and Sketches, and you post on Threads thanking people for supporting your art, you are marketing your shop as original art created by you. People like to pay artists directly for their work. So even if you didn't steal all of the art in a legal sense, you did, once again, mislead your audience into thinking they were buying something original when they weren't. I wanted to see if these rumors of Rachel not even being the original artist were true. So I went onto her Instagram, found some of her sticker designs, and then reverse image searched them, and here's what I found. So yeah, basically every image I found was available elsewhere. Rachel wasn't just using stock graphics in her sticker designs, she was copying other stickers entirely, using the exact same layouts, the exact same jokes, the exact same phrases. Nothing about her stickers was even original. Pretty soon, another user on Threads popped in to say that not only was Rachel lying about making the stickers herself, but no, she was actually stealing the art. She was a full-on art thief. Artsy Aries Project says, if anyone's looking to get this sticker and wants it ethically, I am the original artist and have it in my shop and would love to spread the message. Fuck ice. I will link Artsy Aries Project's Etsy shop in my description below if you want to get the sign language fuck ice sticker from the original creator who actually made it. But Rachel didn't back down. Even after her poorly received apology, she continued posting. Why am I staying online and continuing to post? Because people are going to bitch just as much if I leave. Trust me, I've seen how the mentality works when other people are in my shoes. You don't win if an audience thinks everything you do is bad, so I'm going to forge the best path for me. And if you can think my poorly credentialed therapists are horrible, I still have a business to run, and the more you keep talking, the more people will find me. Girl, not a good move. James Blackwell writing replied, I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because I know what it can be like to find yourself in over your head and not know how to get out of a situation. But literally everything you've done since the news came out has made things worse. If you want to just run your business, then just run your business. The constant woe is me pity posts and snarky references to the suspicion people have about what else you've lied about is making it worse. Rachel then tried to rebrand herself as a parody account. She wanted to claim that, just kidding, this was joking all along. I was always in on the bit. It was always a parody account. You should never have believed me. And her first move was to claim that she was going to create an alter ego named Scamala, who, I don't know, scammed people. A lot of people quickly called her out, and a lot of people mentioned that the name Scamala sounds a lot like Kamala, and people thought it seemed kind of racist. and that it also seemed kind of insensitive to the customers that she literally did scam. And then with the accusations of racism, it then came out that this also wasn't Rachel's first run-in with racism. The Threads user Black Spectrum Scholar, an account that I enjoy following because she posts a lot about the history of autism and the ways that autism is treated in society, she also pointed out some racist behavior from Rachel, and Rachel was now being called out by a fellow queer, fellow autistic creator. Black Spectrum Scholar said, "Let us not forget that RachelDoodles and more has also engaged in anti-Black behavior and has attempted to portray Black women as irrational. This reflects a clear and consistent pattern of deceit and manipulation." And then she included this screenshot where Rachel said, "I follow some very strongly opinionated Black women who don't make me feel the way I described above. While I do sometimes feel discomfort, it's expected discomfort. Like, yeah, I need to shut up and listen, or damn, I screwed up. It's more of that nagging gut feeling that this doesn't seem quite right. It's patterns of observed behavior over a long period of time that lead me to this situation." Okay, I don't know what the full context is behind what Rachel's replying to here, but I will say that using the phrase strongly opinionated Black women is a choice, and claiming that these strongly opinionated Black women make you feel discomfort and that it's expected discomfort and that they give you some kind of nagging gut feeling, that's also a choice. I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it a racist choice. Then just a couple days before I filmed this video, on Wednesday, November 19th, Rachel came back, this time to attempt to post a real apology. I think that's what she wanted to do. This was her attempt at a real, genuine, taking accountability type apology. "I am sorry. I am sorry to everyone I have hurt with my actions in STICKERGATE. I have hurt the leftist movement by writing fake emails to myself from a made-up conservative church lady. By doing this, I have stooped to levels that have been seen consistent with conservative tactics. Leftists pride themselves on rising above such immature actions, and I harmed the efforts of many leftists who are trying to peacefully cross the divide that plagues our nation in this current political atmosphere." Yeah, that's true. You did do that. Good job admitting to it. "While this was not my intent, I now recognize the impact and the harm caused, which has further reaches outside of myself. I am sorry to other small businesses, especially women or owned by marginalized communities. My sympathy marketing ploy harmed real people who have received actual bullying messages from people. I drew a great deal of attention to my own shop and bragged about how much money I was making off of the back of an upset conservative person. I now recognize that this is hard for other small businesses and creators to see, and cause you to maybe wonder why you weren't succeeding in the way that I was. I also now recognize how my privilege as a white woman drew in customers who might have otherwise spent money with minority-owned businesses and artists. I am sorry to Black women. Using the name Scamala implies that powerful Black women are scamming, which continues to perpetuate stigma that caused more harm from you. I recognize that Black women are negatively impacted by racism daily, and I cannot apologize enough for how this action perpetuated further racism. I'm sorry to the designers whose designs I used without proper artistic credit. Even though I did purchase licenses from these creators and communicated to verify I was following their guidelines, I insinuated by omission that these designs were my own. This is not the truth, and I am sorry. My intent was to lift up other creators, but I did not do this in a way that might allow people to find the original designer." Wait, what about the fuck ice sign language sticker? That creator said that you stole it from her. She said that she was the creator. She didn't say you bought it from her. Are you going to address that? Anyway. I do want to clarify that a significant minority of the stickers in my shop are designed by me, but I recognize I did not make the distinction known. This was unintentional, but harm has been done regardless. I am sorry. Moving forward, I will make sure every creator is credited and my own designs are correctly labeled as such. I am especially sorry to Leanna of Grumpy Greetings Co., whom I accidentally sent a mob of my followers to harass simply because she called me out on what I was doing. You didn't do that accidentally. You instructed people to report her. How's that accidental? While my intent was solely about doxing and harassment, the message sent to my followers on my behalf did not communicate that properly, and damage was brought down on Leanna's own livelihood because of it. I am sorry. Please continue to support her and her shop. Don't punish her for this. I agree on that part. I am especially sorry to my assistant online, an entirely separate person who happens to share my name. She's a real person with a family of her own who is suffering at the hands of my actions. I asked her to post on my behalf the message regarding Grumpy to my online community, of which she helped run and moderate. She was accused of being me, she was attacked for trying to support me, and I lied to her about what I had done. She stood by me as a ride or die friend, and I betrayed her trust and her character through my actions. She has understandably moved on from working with me, and I am sorry to have lost such a good friend. This is the consequence of my own actions. I am sorry. Yeah, that's true. I am especially sorry to my in-house assistant, who is a real person who chooses not to be named as she prefers a more private life. I lied to her as well, and I threatened her job security with my actions. I had provided a safe, disability-friendly place to work, and she had been an incredibly empathetic friend who has coached me on more than one occasion. Her support has caused her to be pulled into a situation she did not sign up for. As an autistic artist herself, I put her own reputation as an artist at risk by association. I am sorry, and my actions do not represent her own character. She too was accused of being me and suffered attacks by mobs who followed her across platforms and tried to hack into her artist's Instagram account. She does not deserve any of this for speaking on my character before she knew what I had done. Wait, if her name is not revealed and she's private, who hacked it? What? I didn't even see it. Maybe that happened separately. I didn't see any of that. She has also supported me through my recovery from STICKERGATE, which I cannot thank her enough because I know the negative impact this has had on her mental health caused by my hands. She really is one of the most phenomenal people I know, and I am so grateful for everything she has done for me. I am sorry. I recognize that the best time to have left this apology was immediately. The second best time to apologize is now. I have learned a lot from this situation, and I will continue to try to grow from this event. I recognize I have ruined my trustworthiness as a person and as a business. I recognize people will leave for good, and they have that right. I respect that, and I acknowledge your choice without shame and without anger. I earnestly wish the best for you in the future. For those that choose to stay and are patient with my growth, I hope I can gain back your trust. While this is the end of my formal apology, this by no means signals the end of my actions moving forward. I will continue to find ways to learn and grow as a person, to educate myself about the impacts caused to the community, and to find ways to support and elevate the voices who were harmed as a result of my actions, both seen and unseen. Thank you for your support. I am sorry for everything. I will say this is a much better apology than the first attempt. Credit where it's due. In this version, she did directly address exactly what it was people were concerned about. I'm more likely to believe that this apology is genuine, even though it has a few gaps that give me some pause. I do honestly think, based on this, if Rachel's telling the truth in this apology, that she does feel bad about the choices that she made. I don't think I'm ready to trust her again as a business owner. It would take a lot of, once again, cold hard evidence that she is no longer lying out her ass at every turn before I would feel otherwise, and I imagine a lot of her other followers feel the same way. When you throw away that much trust over and over and over again, it's gonna take a lot to build it back, and it might just be impossible. Plus, some of the replies she left to questions people gave her on this apology, some of her replies didn't make all that much sense. Like when someone asked Rachel about her thought process about how and why she created the fake Michelle character, this is what Rachel said. Michelle was a character based off a real person completely separate from this individual. From what individual? It was you. There was no individual. The troll email she evolved from was real, but for me, I think part of it came from a place of self-healing and to encourage others to stand up for themselves. Threads in general has been my opportunity as a 37-year-old woman to finally stand up for myself when every single time people expressed disappointment with me that I ran away, and I was always so disappointed in myself. That's why I shared all the troll emails I got this year, and sometimes responses on Threads. I don't know if some of my block party material was bots or real people, but since they came at me from a public place, it was my desire to stand up for myself publicly and to help encourage people to build their own confidence dealing with bullies like that. But there were no bullies. You made them up. Yeah, okay, wait. So if Michelle is based on a real troll email, which email was the real one? Because like I said, she's been doing this for months. I then went to search more stuff about Rachel before filming this video, and I found evidence that she's been doing this, okay? She has been posting troll emails she got from her sticker shop since at least this past July. She's now been doing this for 4 straight months. She did this for 4 months before she got caught. So this entire situation has just been an absolute mess, but here's what I think we can take away from it. When it comes to big businesses, people expect marketing ploys. They expect shitty sales tactics. People expect big box stores to try to emotionally manipulate you, and people rightfully don't like it. People often only shop in big box stores because of convenience or necessity. It is not everyone's preference. When it comes to small businesses and artists, people value authenticity. People prefer to shop with small creators when possible because as humans, we value the human connection over the transactional relationships we have with corporations. We value knowing that we're getting art from someone while also supporting their livelihood. That's an interaction that feels uniquely human. So when a creator lies to their customers, it's absolutely gutting, especially at a time when people's emotions are already heightened because of everything going on around us. Everything feels so unstable at a time when our government is starving people, cutting healthcare, trying to turn cities against one another. People don't want to feel like the creators that they support are also just trying to swindle them out of their money. They don't want to feel like they're also trying to foster this purely transactional relationship with them as well. And it's especially hurtful when they play on people's very reasonable emotions like fear and stress just to make a quick buck. I really hope Rachel does learn from this. I hope she's able to one day rebrand and sell stickers again in the future, this time as an honest business owner. If she wants to sell images that she licensed, don't call your shop Doodles and Sketches, and don't say that people are supporting your art. If she wants to sell stickers with progressive messages, don't make up fake MAGA bullies to do that. Enough people are dealing with real bullies in their daily lives, and this just feels so insensitive. I'm curious what all of you guys think about Stickergate as well. I'm looking forward to all of your thoughts in the comments below. And it's just been an interesting time for this situation to come up, because just this past September is when I started making and selling my own stickers, and I love the sticker process. I think it's a lot of fun. I have a great time drawing new designs and working on my lettering and making new stickers. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to take some time off for the holidays, and I will come back in like partway through January 2026 with more videos. But in the meantime, support artists, support small businesses, fuck ICE, and release the Epstein files. Bye!
My booty hole brown.
Mr. Hyde rearing his ugly bisexual head.
Oh my god. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Oh, the short phase.